Get my 6. My tripod is summarily broken. I hope it doesn't fall over. Bear with me. And keep looking back here. Watch just not only for deer, but other things that may or may not be identifiable, like that. This is a really creepy place. It's getting even creepier now as we move into fall, closer to fall, and toward that special, very special holiday. It's Labor Day weekend right now as of this recording, but you know, around here, it's one particular holiday year round. Halloween. All right, so I don't have anything lengthy planned here today. There's something that's been on my mind, and I thought of it this morning for a couple of reasons. Something happened. I did something that I'm excited about, and I'm going to read it. We got this printer so we can do the shipping labels for all these books we sell, because it's just too... thank you guys, everybody that's been buying books. We just can't go to the post office anymore and hold up the lines like we have been, and it's just too much, almost too many to fit in the truck now. So we're able to print the labels from home and schedule pickup. So the post office comes here now and gets truckloads of books. But I did something here. I'm going to read a comment, and I'm able to print this off and bring it up here because of that printer as well. This is a comment from longtime supportive viewer, Jenny B. And this will prove that I don't just read, the comments left by the vertically challenged individuals that live under bridges. Those guys make themselves, and girls, they're just easy targets, and I just can't help but do it every now and then. But here's actually a positive comment from a positive person, okay? This is left from somebody who's not toxic, somebody who's always welcome around here, okay? From Jenny B. She left this comment last night. I clearly heard a distinctive tree knock. Keep watching for dark figures to move back here in the background behind me. But here's Jenny B's comment. Kevin, it's 2:47 a.m. I just finished reading The Lunatic. OMG. Some people learn better with visuals, so let's do it like this. It's 2:47 a.m. I just finished reading The Lunatic. OMG. This was an amazing effing book. Of course, she wrote it like that. F. She knows how bots roll on YouTube. Okay. I have read a lot of books in my lifetime, but this one, wow. Your mind is brilliant. Thank you so much. I wanted to Google some of those places and people. I have no words, but thank you. Can't wait to get to reading the rest. Jenny B. Thank you, Jenny B, because guess what? It's great when you sell thousands of books a month. It's great when you get #1 stuff and the money ain't bad. But a comment like this, to know that you kept someone up until 2:47 a.m. reading because they couldn't put your book down, that's what it's all about. That means more than the sales, than the rankings. I would say it means more than the money, but come on, man. I'm not trying to kid anybody. But that is almost what it's all about. Well, no, that's what it's all about. That's the second time I've been told something like that, and it means the world. So, but so that happened, and there were two other things that just kind of got me thinking about confidence. Because you see, a lot of folks confuse confidence with arrogance, and they shouldn't. Because inversely, arrogance is often confused as confidence by the holder of the arrogance, okay? We who perceive things can often erroneously perceive confidence as arrogance, okay, among others, where those who are truly confident know the difference, but those who are arrogant don't. Now, let me explain this to you. So what happened this morning to make, aside from getting that wonderful comment left by Jenny B, that boosted my confidence. Now, a lot of folks will be saying a lot of the vertically challenged types will be saying, oh, great, thanks, Jenny B. That's just what that guy needed to hear. That's just what he needed to hear to make his head bigger. He's arrogant. I'm not, actually. I'm not. I'm a very humble man from Appalachia. I remember where I'm from. I have not forgotten my roots. I know what it's like to be hungry. I know what it's like to be tired. I know what it's like to be thirsty. So when I enjoy success in my life, I'm grateful for it. And I will tell you, each accomplishment, such as that, builds my confidence. Okay? That makes me feel even more sure of myself while working on the next short story. For example, the one I'm working on now with Bigfoot Sasquatch Files, Volume 11, hopefully to be out within the next few weeks. There is a difference. I have achieved something. I have done something worthy of note, which gives me confidence. Now, if I go around acting arrogant about it, hey, you stick your nose out there far enough, somebody's going to come cut it off. And I've learned that the hard way. Okay, maybe 20 years ago, I might have been a little highfalutin. Maybe I would have gone around telling my friends, well, my books keep people up until 2:47 a.m. in the morning because they're that good. Nah, that doesn't get you anywhere. You know what that does? It makes you a target. And it gets you caught up into believing you're so great. You will rest on your laurels and you won't work on the next accomplishment. You suck it up, you take pride in it, but you remember to stay right-sized, then you move on to the next objective. Okay, if somebody out there wants to call you something you're not, like arrogant, because you're successful and because you exhibit confidence, that's a sign of their insecurities, not a lack of your arrogance. If you're not arrogant, if you're simply confident. Here's two examples that I'm going to use, these two things that happened this morning. So I was out on my morning run this morning, and I saw a guy walking down the road. You could tell this man was walking with an air of confidence. His back was straight, his head was up, but he wasn't walking with any sort of an air of arrogance or highfalutenness, even though we're right outside of Charlottesville, and there's plenty of that, especially further into the city limits you get. You get down there to the university, OMG, and I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about, a lot of the adults that work there. Anyway, as I got close enough to this guy, I finally figured out who he was. I knew this guy. And I made a video about this guy about a year ago, so if you've been here that long, you might remember this guy. I couldn't recognize the guy from a distance because he's probably lost another 100 pounds since I saw him last. This is a guy that lives right down the road from me. I'm not going to say his name, but I do know him by name, and I'm going to remind you of how I know him by name. He started walking religiously about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, when the world first went on lockdown for COVID last spring. So it's been a year and a half. It's almost fall now. So he started working from home like a lot of people, was trying to find things to do, and he decided he would just start walking because he did have a pretty serious weight issue, which is, of course, as we know, leads to pretty serious health problems. Listen, I'm going to give you one of my actual personal views right here now. And again, I can only control what I say. I can't control how you take what I say. But I am going to verify what I mean by what I say, so you'll know exactly what I mean by what I say here. This whole body positive thing that's pretty popular in our society now, I'm all for it in that I do believe beautiful people come in all shapes, sizes, colors, ethnicities. There's one race, the human race, beautiful people out there. I have seen many women, I've seen many men who are very attractive despite being overweight. Some of these folks considerably overweight. However, I have a hard time getting behind the body positive movement all gung-ho, because as somebody who understands health and fitness to a pretty good degree, having probably a 30-year long stint as an athlete, as a soldier, as a collegiate level middle distance runner, it's not healthy. it's not healthy. So we can celebrate beauty, and we can celebrate beauty in all sizes, but I really wish they would also put like an amendment in there. Hey, you're beautiful, but your heart's doing a heck of a lot of work right now. It shouldn't be doing. And if, you could get a little healthier, you might live a little longer. So you can be a beautiful person to all those beautiful, wonderful people in your life a little bit longer. And I think I've said that pretty clearly and honestly without, I'm not trying to come across as mean. It just concerns me that we might be celebrating some unhealthiness to too great of a degree, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, here's the deal. This guy that I saw today has transformed himself in his life so much that you could tell he just confidence just came off of this guy. Now, if I didn't know this guy, and I spoke to him and he spoke to me, and he's still just as polite, pleasant, and humble as he was when I first met him. I actually met him last summer. He was struggling. I was out on a morning run, and I was about 3 miles away from his house. And this guy was limping badly beside the road. He was cramping up. It was a very hot day. He'd gone too far. He hadn't taken enough water. And he was in a bad way. And so I stopped, talked to him. It was clear to me this guy was not all right. And I said, listen, just hang in there. Don't push yourself. I'm going to get back to my house. I was a couple miles from my house. I said, it's going to take me about 15 minutes to get there at my pace. But when I get there, I'm going to get my truck and come pick you up, if you've not recovered. And I did that, got the truck, went back, and he was still having cramps, and he was in a bad way, so I gave him a ride back to his house. And then about a week later, he left a bunch of gifts on our front porch, some beverages, some delicious baked goods from Albemarle Baking Company, very expensive place in Charlottesville that makes really good stuff. And he left a thank you note. And just a wonderful guy. He never came back to push his political views on me or his world views, or to ask me, what are my thoughts on current events. Perfect neighbor. And now when we see each other, when we're out exercising, we always speak. He's pleasant, he's humble, and he's now confident in a way that he wasn't 2 years ago. He's not arrogant. He's confident because he's achieved something. He's done something, like keeping somebody up till 2:47 a.m. in the morning through sheer hard work, determination, stick-with-itness, not giving up, continuing to pursue his objective relentlessly. And he's done that. He looks like a different man. Not only has he lost all the weight, but he's not walking with his head down, a little bit dumpy, maybe not so sure of himself. He is walking with his back straight and his head up, but not his nose. Okay? That's arrogance. And here's the third thing, and I'm so proud of my beautiful bride, Dearly, a.k.a. Giggly Girl. She exercises regularly most days. She was really getting into it there before she went to the Philippines for 3 months with our son Daniel for their vacation, their first time back in 5 years. And when she was over there, she just didn't exercise. She got out of shape. She gained a little bit of weight. She ate a lot of food, a lot of her, Filipino food she hasn't had access to over here a lot. Well, she's been back for 2 months now. Her first 3 weeks or so, she was just readjusting to the time zone difference and everything, the climate difference. Of course, it felt like the Philippines here when she came back. We're in the middle of the heat wave. But she did get back into her exercising about a month ago. And she did something today she's never done before in her life. And I am so proud of her. And she's just walking around the house with her back straighter and her head up, but not her nose. She's not being arrogant. She's just being confident. She ran for 30 minutes non-stop. Never stopped. That's the longest she's ever run in her life without taking a break. And she doesn't have an athletic background. She doesn't have a running background. She didn't participate in sports in her youth, other than just playing with the kids outside. So that's really an accomplishment. That's an achievement. Now, here's arrogance. Arrogance is when you think you're just so great for some factor that really is outside of any of your own contributions, or I don't need to describe pretentious stuck-up snobs, do I? We all know enough of who those people are. You just look at them and you just think, what have you even done? You're walking around with your nose in the air thinking you're great, and it's like, what have you even accomplished? What have you done, or what are you doing? Oh, you were born maybe into a certain situation where you're, okay, whatever. I mean, I don't even like to go into detail about these folks because it takes away from the great efforts of those who have accomplished something, who have achieved something, and have therefore gotten this sense of confidence that I think a lot of folks who have never really set goals, have not really gone out to achieve anything, and has never achieved anything will never know. It's not so much about the gentleman who's lost probably 200 pounds, losing the weight and becoming healthier, even though that's a great thing. And it's not even so much about the fact that my wife ran for 30 minutes without stopping, which is a heck of a great achievement. It's that sense of accomplishment that comes with that, because my wife didn't go out and run for 30 minutes without stopping the first time she ever went out and ran. She's been running for years, and she's had to work up to that. And she's worked very hard in the last 5 or 6 weeks or so that she's been exercising again regularly to work up to that. The man that walked off 200 pounds of body weight he didn't need, body weight that was killing him slowly. He didn't just go out for a walk one day and come back 200 pounds lighter. He went out for a walk every day for 2 freaking years to get 200 pounds lighter. He has done something of note. He has achieved something. He's successful. And that confidence that he now possesses was duly and rightly earned by his efforts through his means. There's a difference between the two, and I don't know if I made my point, but if you just think you're great because for some reason you do, well, that's wonderful. I don't. If you've actually done something in life and you've achieved some great things and you've made some pretty considerable accomplishments, I'm pretty amazed by those things. And I'll end with this. The folks who have done this are probably the most humble people you'll ever meet in your life. They're certainly not arrogant. They do display confidence that a lot of folks don't have, but it doesn't come across as arrogance. So, I think I've yapped on about that long enough. I've got plans for the day, so I've got some things I've got to do. So again, I threw the paper over there. I will be picking it up. I don't litter, especially on my own property. I want to thank Jenny B again for her comment. And I want to give a shout out to Angel in California, who has made something available for everybody here. It was something she did. Angel in California bought all 7 of my print copy novels that I have available here that come with autographs. And it didn't occur to me until she did that they all fit in a medium-sized flat rate box. So I can ship all 7 of these, even though it weighs about 12 pounds, anywhere in the United States for a flat shipping rate of $15.50. And I also thought, if somebody was willing to buy all 7 of my books like that all at once, and she left me a wonderful message, and she mentioned that, these videos kind of motivate her and they've helped her a lot. And it was very touching. It was very endearing. I thought, if you buy anywhere else in bulk, you get some sort of bulk discount. She should too. So I sent some of her money back, half the money she paid in shipping because it got cut in half by this. And I also sent her back another $15. So basically it works out to where it's like a buy 6, get 1 free, or if you buy all 7, you're only paying for the price of 6. So this is on our Etsy store now too. Let's put that out there for you. It is Labor Day weekend. Maybe this is our Labor Day sale. So, at least here in Central Virginia, it's starting to feel like fall. The weather's beautiful. I know it's been a hot year. Get out there if you can. If you have nice weather, get out there and do something you enjoy. Just go out and go for a walk. Even if you haven't been doing a whole lot physically, for a while, just take advantage of the beautiful weather to get out there and start. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. And the confidence you'll have after you finish that 1,000th step was worth the journey. See you for more next time.